Hello viewers, welcome to TDN African Media. Today we're out in the streets talking to random people. We have
Tamba James.
Tamba James. What do you think on the changes in price or addition in prices that the telecommunications have put?
Really, as I'm talking, is something that is affecting us as a student. And as a student of MMTU, Mentimaga Technical University, we are facing challenges in terms of data. Because what we used to, but let me say, 20,000 for some months, now it have been converted now. For example, like QCell was 9,000 for a bundle for a month, but now we are now purchasing QCell, which is 22,000. And for Orange, we are buying, which is 5,000, then they will give us the data, which is 850. Now they have been converted now to 25,000 also. So how the situation is going about the data issue, we are not happy. It is affecting us as a student. Then for instance, some lecturers are given an assignment, and sometimes we normally search the assignment, let me say, on Google or social media, but we don't have money. And sometimes even to have lunch or the transport, we are unable, the parents are unable to give us. So if we don't have, let me say, the databases, how to utilize it, and the money they are given is insufficient. So
Okay, well, how often do you buy data then compared to now?
let me say somehow it's above in fact expenses, because in some time I used to about top up 5,000, but for now for a daily I used to pay more than 20,000, and even to have lunch for myself it's very difficult.
How does that affect your everyday lives? Because we know that you must have money from your personal money to add to buy top up, right?
Yeah.
How does that affect your personal life?
It affects me great. It's really affecting me, because the money that normally my parents normally give me for, let me say, to buy modules or even to utilize it as a lunch, now I have no chance again to utilize that money as a lunch or to buy any modules. Now it's the money that I use now to purchase, which is the data that I'm normally used to just to solve my assignment or to search for notes online.
Well, I'm a student na Miltimagai College, University, sorry.
Due to the increase in data prices then as alone, wetin na you take on that?
Well, first of all, I say we dey go hell na this country through this data increment, because when we can buy this data, then get wetin then they tell we. I can give an example like QCell. Before then they say when you buy, especially on days the way they give like Tuesday, Fridays and Sundays. If you buy like 9,000, then say then they double them for you, right? So when you buy like that 9,000 is supposed to be 1.5 gigabytes. Now if you buy on that days, then they give 3 gigabytes. So it go to an extent now where you buy them. In fact, then the divider and the way then the divider became like a miso. At one time when I buy them, I see them send for me under 1 point something gigabytes, and I then send 1 gigabyte. So I get for call them and ask. I say, why won't I do this thing? Because we be expect for get 3 gigabytes. Then they explain to you, say, then the divider now on monthly and daily, which they not inform we. Because then they would expect, say, if they want to do them as a nation, they need for go to the radio, explain to people them. But then they cheat we. Now they are cheating. Let not hide this to nobody. Then they cheat we in this country too much, as if we don't know something. Because now the Europe world, the Western world, they know they do them kind of thing. If they do, and they sue in a court. But even if they sue in a court, courts know they adhere to you.
Well, how that affects you day-to-day life?
Well, it affects me like me when a student, so where I can go into for chat for me notes and other things them. If they find out so where you buy that kind, data, before you remember, you don't know. So it affects me so much so that way, and I not just get what I do, because even when I talk to an associate, they not go able to address her immediately. But we want immediate address over the internet.
How often you dey buy credits for buy data now, first term compared to now?
First time if I buy like for the week, I dey buy once. You understand? Because then even say na by month. So if you buy them, they left me data constant. But now I not get mine left and constant safe. You understand? So if I buy today, I send the day they don't, I don't buy back.
So wetin na you message to the telecommunicators?
What are they tell them? Let them treat we as humans. Now that na me message. Let them treat us as humans. Because now when they do so, as if we are nothing. You understand? Then they treat you like say we no sabi, we no understand. But wait till we sabi, we they ask them back, then they still cheat you on them. So do I let them treat you as humans?
My sister, the increase in data prices affects us a lot because I, as a student, and my colleagues we really suffering a lot. Some days back, we are buying data 1 gig at 10,000 leones, and it lasts us for a very long time. And even my colleagues, we are still gambling on the same data prices because some of us are we use this data to do our research and other things else, right? But for now, if you want to buy a 1 gig data, you should spend up to 15,000 leones, and that affects us a lot. As for me, presently as I'm talking to you, I'm not online because of the cost of living and the data is too expensive.
How often do you buy data from then compared to now since the changes?
As for me, I'm using an iPhone. I buy data on a daily basis, which was 10,000 a day. But for now, compared to the cost of living, I as a student, so it affects me a lot. So I don't buy data on a daily basis for now.
So what is your message to the telecommunicators in the increase of the prices in data?
I pray to God, let the government watch me or listen to my view or an opinion, because my message to them is we are still pleading on them. Let them talk to the NAT communication officers.
Well, really, that affects me a lot because, like, if I get 5 million, then I buy data where I will get when I 850 and I dey get talk time as well. Because, like, through that, I dey able like go online and also make calls. So, where they don't cut down the data from 850 to 120 MB right now, and presently the talk time at 3 minutes, that really affects me because, like, I'm not able to talk for long. I'll be the talk with the time now be 8 minutes now at 3. So, like, doing all them things, and they really affect me a lot as a student.
So how that affects your day-to-day life?
Well, it affects me day-to-day life because, like, personally, where I can get some assignments from campus, when I get home, I can able for go to the net and download some of the assignments and I go able for solve. But, like, presently, I'm not able for even download up to like 2 questions because, like, immediately I download one, they go tell you don't use 90% of your data. So, like, and my day-to-day life will affect them that way educationally.
How often you be dey buy credits or buy data then to now?
Well, I can say how often. By then, I can buy 850 like for 3 days. I'm able to use them. But presently now, me self afraid for use them compared to the way I would use them before. Like if I buy data 5 millions for now, maybe 2 days. 2 days is done. But by then, I can able where I subscribe for 1 week when I 5 million. Then I able for use up to 4-5 days, even if you not reach to that length when I do 1 week. But presently now, I'm not able to use 850 megabytes for that time there. But presently now when I 120, I'm not able to use them for 1 week or neither for 3 days safe.
So what do you want for say to the telecommunicators?
Well, I want to say to the telecommunicators, well, thank you for this opportunity first. But, like, if they go able see how they go able for impact towards the data where they don't increase, if they go able put them back to how we be there normally, it will really help way a lot. Not only me, but to so many people.
Well, thank you very much for talking to TDN.
Yeah.
For TDN African Media, Sylvia John reporting.